Welcome to today's webinar, Save Time Grading with Engaging Online Assessments, brought to you by Simple K-12. My name is Lori and I am here with Jose Popov, and we are so excited to have all of you here with us today. Now we do have lots of great webinars coming up, so we hope that you will join us. You can register for those upcoming sessions, including those days of learning, inside of the teacher learning community. Now if you are joining us live, I just sent out a tweet from our Twitter account. Feel free to retweet to your followers and invite them to visit us here at simpleK12.com. Be sure to include this link as well as the hashtag SK12 when you send out your tweet. Once again, the back channel is now open. The TitanPad is a great place for attendees to take notes and chat with one another. It's a place for you as an attendee to have that chat with your colleagues. I went ahead and posted that link in the chat area of GoToWebinar. All of the notes from today's session, they're going to be archived underneath that Shared Resources tab inside of the teacher learning community, so you can access them after the webinar at your convenience. Now we will have some time for Q&A at the end of our session today with Jose. Please feel free to submit your questions through that questions box of GoToWebinar. Now if you have a technical question or you have a question about the teacher learning community, I can help you with that behind the scenes during the webinar today. Otherwise, if you do have a question for Jose, you're going to want to use that questions box. It does tend to auto-collapse, but if you click on that orange arrow, the question box will open and you can type in your question. Now a little bit about our presenter. Jose Popov is a physics and chemistry teacher located at Honduras, Central America. He is a passionate full-time educator who focuses efforts on facilitating instruction in the most innovative and engaging possible way. Now Jose has been teaching physical science, physics, chemistry, and genetics at the high school level at Sunshine Christian Bilingual School in La Lima Cortez, Honduras for almost 12 years. And he's also presented at several seminars on technological innovation. Jose, it is a pleasure to be here with you today.
It's my pleasure to be here too. Thank you very much.
I will go ahead and pass the screen to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here again. As Lori was saying, my name is Jose Popov, and I am located in Honduras. Let me just before getting started, give you a little bio. As she said, I'm a physics and chemistry teacher at Sunshine Christian Bilingual School in La Lima, Cortez, Honduras. I included a map so you can locate where Honduras is at. This is the United States, Mexico, and Honduras is right here at the very heart of the American continent. We're actually geographically in the middle of the American continent. I have been a speaker at several national venues, including the Pedagogical University. I have been a Skype guest speaker at Vanderbilt University in Tennessee. It was a presentation I made about how I use social media in my classroom. I was a Mimio featured teacher in January 2012. For those of you who do not know, Mimio is a smart board technology. I have guest blog posted about global interactions in blogs that include Lisa Nielsen's blog and the Global Classroom Project. You might see some posts that I've shared with them. And I have Skype into classrooms, either only me or with my students in countries such as USA, Canada, Poland, Taiwan, Japan. Right now, my grade 10 students are precisely, they're finishing tomorrow precisely, an international project with some students in Austria. It has been a great race. It has been great. The students have really enjoyed it. So we also do international connections as part of our interactivity, as part of our instructions. I am married, and I have 3 beautiful boys. The youngest of them was born 3.5 months ago. So it's a bit of mayhem in my house right now. And of course, since I'm an innovative teacher, or innovative, sorry, I am tall and good looking. Amen. Thank you very much. You'll see it. You'll see me on camera right now. Okay, so what we're going to be going through is basically some software, some online software that allows you to grade your students online, and it saves you time, it saves you energy, and it also saves you some paperwork. So the first one we're going to be going through is Brain Genie. Now, Brain Genie is an online assessment tool that includes some exercises, it includes some major topics on high school, and it also includes United States Common Core. So if you're a teacher in the United States, that is going to work pretty great for you. Brain Genie was recently acquired by the CK12 Foundation. So let me go here. The website is braingenie.ck12.org. So once you go there, what you're going to do, you sign up for an account. Let me log out so you can look. You can see what it looks like. And here you can sign up. And once you sign up, it's going to request from you, if you're a teacher, you're a student. Students can register by themselves, or if your students are underage, you can register them yourself, and then you just share with them their username and password. So if you're a teacher, you're going to go into a teacher. If it is a student, the site is going to ask them for a code. That is going to be a code that leads them to your class, the class that you open. Because if you're a teacher, the system is going to give you a code for your class. So once you sign in, I already have it automatic. Here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set goals. Of course, here's to get started, in which it takes you through creating classes. And here I have these classes. One class is called Biology. The other one is called Juniors 2013. I have Physics, etc. Notice that when I click on that, it brings me to this drop-down that includes the roster. The roster is where the names and the usernames and the passwords are encrypted, but you can change them, okay? And here you see the code of your class. This is the code you're going to share with your students if you had them create their own signups. So you also have reports. This of course are things that I've done. These are tables. You know, we're teachers. We love tables. We love graphs of how is the progress of students. How much time students have been practicing. For example, you see on screen the amount of practice minutes that students were on Sunday 19. You would notice that this Sunday was very active because, as all students in the world, I guess they will always start working the day before the work is due. I guess that's or they're just going to take advantage of their Sunday. It could be either one of those. So when we go when we go back to the main page, you're going to create a goal. Once you create a goal, I'm going to call it Demonstrate Brain Genie. Once you create a goal, it's going to take you to what they call the learning zone. Okay, in the learning zone, you're going to select which is your course. In this case, notice that there's math, there's brain math, there's algebra 1, 2, there's pre-calculus 6 through 8, science, etc. These are the major topics that you're going to select. Let's say I'm going to select Algebra 1, which is not my class really. When you click on that, it's going to take you to all the topics that include Algebra 1. So you can see there's a vast amount of work that you can have your students complete. So let's say we want to do adding real numbers. So I click on Add Real Numbers. When I click on the section of Add Real Numbers, it's going to take me to this area. This is public. This is top scores of students from all over the world register over here. What their scores are. So in here you go to this place, and these are the subtopics. If you hover over it, it's going to demonstrate you what the questions look like. So let's say I want them to actually add to integers. So I click on that. When I click on that, I see this. It says as the skill to go, and I add it, and it will appear up here. So you can add as many goals as you like. Now you can also try to see the questions, if the questions are appropriate. The site was in beta before being bought by CK12. Unfortunately, there are some mistakes that they have not checked yet. They're actually expecting from you and I to go and see if we spot a mistake. My students have spotted several, and of course we have reported to the site saying, hey, we see a mistake. Actually, there is an option on the site which gives you, do you see a mistake? Please let us know. If you would like to practice, because the score is not added as you try it. It says try in here because you're a teacher. I do recommend you go ahead and open a dummy account, because there's no way to know. I mean, I don't have access to know how many questions each section has. So the only way you can know is creating a dummy account and go to the site and just explore as a student. Assign a goal and go and check out as a student how many questions they are. So let's say you already assigned the skills to your students, and there's of course a due date in which they have to be done. This is where you're going to write to what group you're going to assign the work, and then you click on Finish. So I'm going to omit that part. I'm going to go home because I want to show you all the statistics that Brain Genie gives you. So for example, in this case, I'm clicking on this goal, and it's going to give me the list of my students, and with if they have completed the homework or not. In this case, you notice that this student, for example, has not completed at all. When you hover over it, you notice that it gives you the number of correct answers, how much time she spent, and what percentage of the skill was completed. For example, the student, she got 6 out of 13 correct, she took 16 minutes, 50 seconds, and so on. There are also some symbols right here, whose key you will see down here. For example, you see that this student, right here, it says that she did not complete the skill, and she had some trouble. So it helps you kind of, have an idea of how students did with every skill. So I invite you to go ahead and explore the site. It's pretty fun. The kids really like it. I had some of my students actually share a blog post about their impressions of Brain Genie. If you would like to read them, please let me know, and I would share the links to their blog post with gusto so that you guys can have a better idea or perspective from students. The other site I would like to show you is Socrative. Socrative, maybe you've heard of it. Socrative is a great site for a live assessment. You can use Socrative also for surveying, for assigning tests. And the most fun feature, I would say, of Socrative is what we call Space Race. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. So when you click on Socrative.com, if you're going to instruct your students to log in here, and you as a teacher are going to log in here. Of course, students have to sign up for this one. You cannot sign them up yourself. They have to sign up. Well, actually, no, there's no sign up for students. I'm sorry. Students do not have to sign up. Okay, so scratch the student sign up. Students do not have to sign up. Only you as a teacher have to sign up because you have to create a room. So what can you do with Socrative? Well, with Socrative, you can use this as in your classroom. So let me sign in. And you can use it to survey your students or to poll your students. And all you have to do is you have your students go to this room. So tell your students, please go to Socrative and please go to this room. When students enter, let's see if the system doesn't crash if I go as a student. If I'm a student, it's just going to ask me for a room number. So if you're there with me, could you please go to this room number, go to Socrative, and I would like you guys to play students. So please go to Socrative student, please, and please write the room number 7649. 7649, and then you click on join room, and what you're going to see is this. So please, if you're there with me, please enter the room, go to Socrative.com. Join in as a student. You can also click on msocrative.com if you want to go straight into the site. So let's see if we get people coming into the. If not, I can still practice, with myself. This is great because before you couldn't do this. You needed 2 devices to try it. When I first tried it, I had to go get another computer. Okay, so in here what you have is these are single question activities. For example, let's say that your school has a 1-1 policy, or even if your school has a BYOD, you can have students get together in teams so that they can discuss the answers. You can select a multiple choice. This is orally during class. You say, okay, guys, I have a question for you. Answer it through Socrative. And the question is, which is the president of the United States of America? And you give them orally, you give them the options. A, if you think it's Ronald Reagan. B, if you think it's Barack Obama. C, if you think it's Al Gore. And then the students are going to get the following. Let me show you. I click on that, and I, as a teacher, am waiting for a response. The student is given all the options for him to click. So the student clicks on B, and of course, all the other students will. And here I'm still waiting for responses, and here is a table. This site is only going to give you the information of what is the major answers. Okay, there you go. You have 2 more responses. It's not going to tell you who answered what. Okay, that's the only thing. It's not going to tell you who answered what. But this you're displaying it on the board. If you have a projector, you're displaying this on the board. So probably you want to respect students' confidentiality. All right. So when I end the activity, it shows up here in students. Thank you very much for those who have joined. You can also add a true or false. You can also request a short answer. Short answer is great because at the end, students get to vote for the best response. In here, we have quizzes in case you want to start a quiz. Again, this is live. When you're starting a quiz, for example, let's say I'm starting a quiz right here. I'm going to select a quiz. This quiz is you've made it yourself. Okay? And now, how do you create a quiz? You're going to go to Manage Quizzes. Manage Quizzes, that's where you're going to create, edit, or import quizzes. I believe the import part has not been too successful because there is no place for all the codes. Supposedly, every time you make a quiz, it requests you if you want to make it public with a code. Well, the problem is that you can only share this code through social media or with your friends because there is no public place, at least not that I know of, where you can have a list and say, I would like to use this quiz. So once you say you create a quiz, this is the enable sharing that I was mentioning you. You can enable it. You're going to be given an SOC and pound and a number. But the only way you can share this is by sharing that with other people. So you click on multiple choice, and this is where you type your question. You type your answers right here, and you have to click on the correct one so that students actually get scored right away. There's also true or false, as you saw, etc. There's an exit ticket. This exit ticket is a pre-made test in which students are asked, did you like the class? Did you enjoy this, etc.? I think it shows up here. It asks for your first name, submit, etc. This, of course, probably you don't want to display it on the board. Now, the most successful feature, well, I don't know if the most successful one, but the one I like the most is the following, and that's the one I want to play with you. Oh, another feature, as you can see here, is that at the end you can email, the system will email the report. You can download it to the computer, or you could just decide to, no, I don't want a report. This is very important in the case that you're planning on grading, including on your grading book in the future. You might want to have an email of your report. I do suggest you email instead of download because if you download, it's going to download to the computer you're in. Just in the case you're borrowing a computer, it's better for you to email. It's going to email it to the email that you signed up with at the beginning. All this is for free right now. Socrative it's oh sorry, no report. And all these features are for free. Okay, I don't know for how much time they're going to be free, or it's going to be free, but I hope it stays like this for good. So how about we play a space race? I'm going to play the space race with the members in here. So I am going to select 4 teams. In here you can play with teams. And the quiz we're going to be playing is, you can select a quiz. And I'm going to play the Chuck Norris test. That's just a fun test. I do suggest you auto-assign, let the system assign team colors, okay, instead of having the students select them, because if you you have students select before, that can run into a problem. So once we click next, you will see this on the screen. Okay, students, you're only getting a submission. So I am going to just submit my name. You don't have to submit your name, of course. And here are the questions. Okay, once upon a time, Superman challenged me to a fight, and the loser cried a lot, got a prize. You can just reply to whatever it is. It's going to tell you, good job, you got the right answer. And notice that the spaceship is moving because I got what correct answer. Now try to imagine how excited students get when they see those spaceships right there moving once you're getting the correct answer. I see that you're not getting the correct answers to the questions. I think the correct answer is always the last one, okay? So in case you want to lose time, it's always the last one. You click on next question. Students will click on next questions. It's always the last one. I just did it that way for the sake of you guys looking what it looks like. So you see the red is moving along with the yellow. If the students get all the correct answers, the spaceship is going to get all the way here. If they get a wrong answer, the spaceship is not going to move at all. So we see right there on the screen that the blue one is actually moving. So imagine how fun this activity would be for the students while you are in class. Of course, you can use Socrative on your cell phone, on your iPad. It's very, very mobile, so you can use them in the classroom, and students can go using their devices, including Blackberries. So try to imagine the level of engagement that Socrative does. So I'm going to end the activity. so that we move on to the next one. So I'm going to click on End Activity, and of course there's email, download report, no report. You can time them. One thing that I forgot to mention about quizzes is when you assign the quizzes, you can decide if you time every question or if you time the whole quiz. This means that, let's say that after school you want students to get online at 4 p.m. and at 4 p.m. they're all connected and they all answer the questions in real time, and you're going to give them 30 minutes to complete the quiz. I have done that several times and it works pretty well. Of course, you should have a plan B for that student that for some reason was not able to get online or doesn't have access to internet. That all depends on your conditions, right? And the last but not least, assessment tool. This is what I was mentioning you. If you're a teacher, you can go to tsocratic.com, and if you're a student, m.socratic.com. M doesn't stand for mobile. M, I really do not know what M stands for, but that's the login for the students. And the last one I'm going to show you is a great site. It was in beta. Unfortunately, recently it went off beta, and now you know what happens when a site goes off beta. It has been tested, it has been tried. It means that now it is no longer for free. However, it does have some free features, and I'm going to show you what the difference is. So let me type in the website. The website is gradecam.com, and I know that you're going to love this one. What GradeCam does is that it provides students with it provides you with standardized tests formats. In this case, you do have to print. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. First, you have to sign up. There's information for plans, and this is what you're going to have. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a class. So these are the classes I've had. I created one sample class for Simple K-12. When you're going to add a class, you have to give the name to that class, which could be, I don't know, Language Arts 2 or Language Arts 1. I'm really not sure. And once you do that, it's going to take you to add students. You can add students, and you can import students using a file, a CSV file from Excel. Those of you who are familiar with that, I guess you won't have a problem with it. So once you have the students, you're going to create an assignment. These are my assignments that I've done. You can create a new one. Once you create, you have to give a name. You want to go to exam. Okay, that's the most used feature. And the maximum number of questions that the free version gives you, unfortunately, is 10. In my case, I have a premium light, which allows me up to 200 questions. But then I don't know who would actually make a 200-question test, unless, of course, you want your students to hate you for the rest of their lives. But otherwise, I guess a 10 quiz, a 10 willing would be pretty good. Now, but I will show you how you can upgrade. It's not really that hard to upgrade. You can upgrade for free. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So once you go into the assignment, this is where it takes you. Notice that my assignment was a name. I'm going to go back to my assignments because I already had one. And the assignment I'm going to choose is Simple K-12 sample. So here's the camera. Okay, I am here. I told you I was tall and good looking. Thank you very much. So this is a key, and this is where you're going to mark your correct answers. This is the format that you gave students. Okay, every student, once you create their account, you also give them a code. It could be up to 6 figures for their code. If you print this one for every student, the codes are going to be filled in. But you can also print blank forms with nothing filled in, and the student will have to fill in their code. That requires the students to know what their code is. So in here, in this part, you're going to select what the correct answers are. That's your key. You can either go by clicking on each one, or you can go ahead and scan. For example, I am going to, well, I don't know if this is going to work. You can pick one of these. You can make a key with a blank form. You make the key, you just scan it right there, and all the correct answers are going to show up right here. So I'm going to click on this one. I'm just randomly going to pick correct answers. So once you have your 10-question test, this is the key, and of course you can assign what is the punctuation, what is the value of each one, and then you're going to go to scan. In the scan section, of course you have to select your students. Okay, remember that we made a list of students. You have to select which is the one. And these are my Simple K-12 first period. My students are Ben Affleck, Antonio Banderas, Justin Bieber, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Sylvester Stallone. So I want you to pay attention to what's going to happen when you put it in front of the camera. This work for me? Okay, apparently this one doesn't want to work. Let's see. Oh. Appears to not be working. Well, in a perfect world, when it works, you might want to go ahead and try it. It's for free. Once you put the assignment right there in front, I have, if you notice, the printing says Justin Bieber. So when I put it in here, it should actually scan. It's not scanning for some reason. Maybe there's a problem with the plugin or something. I did try. I don't have a USB camera. Yeah, let's see. So here. Okay, well, apparently it doesn't want to work, so I'm sorry about that. You want to go and give it a try. Maybe it was the plugin that went wrong. But once it does that, let me go to some other assignment that I have graded already. I'm going to go here to this one, and this is the. I'm going to select seniors 2013. This is what shows up. This is the grade of each student, the number of correct answers they had. If you want students to come over and just scan, you just tell them, okay, put your work in front of the camera. They put it in front of the camera, and what will show up in here is just the grade that student had, in case you don't want the student to see all the grades of the other classmates. Oops, it went all the way back. And here's the summary. This is very important. There's the summary. This is the average score of every student. You can see how many students got the correct answer. For example, for question number 1, 85% of them got the correct answer. Number 2, only 60% of them got the correct answer. For number 3, only 75% of them got the correct answer. So this gives you an analysis of how well did the questions did in general in every questions. Of course, you have the student scores. In the exam reports, this is very good because it gives you the list of all the answers the students got right and the ones that they got wrong. The ones you see in red are the answers the student got wrong, and in parentheses is the correct answer. So I do invite you to explore this one also. Please go take a look. Unfortunately, the plugin did not work for me this time. I'm very sorry about that. But I do invite you to go ahead and take a look. Now, I told you I was going to, real quick, just running out of time, how to actually upgrade. So you go to your account, and in here you notice that I went to my name, I went to account, and here there is an upgrade. There are 3 ways of upgrading. If you invite a teacher, you're going to get 3 months of premium, and they get 3 months once this teacher signs up and makes a first scan. Okay, the moment that happens, you just log out and log in again, and you're going to have your 3 months for free of premium, meaning that you can add more than 10 questions. You can also have your school to try, and you're going to get 3 months for your account. And of course, you can go and upgrade, which I think, I'm going to show you the price. I think it's like $9.95 per month. So in case you want to join with another teacher and say, hey, think we could use this site together, and you can just chip in or whatever is more convenient for you. But again, you can get 3 months for every teacher. So you can invite, let's say you want to try it this year, invite 4 teachers and have them sign up, and each one of them are going to get 3 months, and you're going to get 12 months for yourself. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you very much. Again, I really apologize for the mishap with the GradeCamp plugin, but you might want to go and try it. To finish, this is my contact information. You can go and take a look at my sites on zme.com/JosePopov, and you will see about me. You can send me an email. You can follow me on Twitter. You'll see my blog over there, my YouTube channel where I have some educational videos, some classes that I have recorded. You might want to go take a look. In case you want to feel what my classroom looks like. I have a YouTube channel. I have some interactive videos going on there, etc. So thank you very much. Lori, back to you.
Great, Jose. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. I'll give you just a couple of moments to catch your breath, and then we'll take some Q&A from our attendees. So if you do have a question for Jose, please feel free to submit your question through that questions box of GoToWebinar now. Just want to take a moment to pop back into the teacher learning community, show you where you can find some additional resources if you're wanting to learn more. When you log on to the homepage at simpleK12.com and you see that courses tab, you can start with assessment and review. Great place to start if you're looking for some additional resources. Also, by scrolling down, organizational and time-saving tools, another great place to look. And then down here at the bottom, virtual learning. So if you want to learn more, check out some more resources for some of these topics that Jose has been discussing with us today. Those are some 3 great places to start. Jose, let me go ahead and get your contact information up here. I did have a question that came in from Barbara regarding Socrative. Is it only for math, and is there a database of science questions for middle school students?
Yeah, we're talking about Socrative or Brain Genie. No. It's for science, biology, chemistry, physics. There's mathematics, and you can go and explore all the content you have there. It's usually Common Core. At least Common Core, I think, applies for elementary and middle school. So, yeah, it's not only for math.
Okay, but there is a database of pre-made questions?
Yes.
Wonderful. And I did have one more question for you, Jose. You presented so many wonderful tools today. Which one would you say is your favorite for someone who's just getting started?
I would say Socrative, especially because Socrative does not require student sign-up.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, Jose, for a fabulous presentation. It's always a pleasure to be here with you for these live webinars, and I look forward to being here with you again for some future sessions.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice to be here, and thank you to everyone who attended.